In other words, people who don't talk to others and feel outcasts are more prone to violence. Have you ever had the kid in your class who doesn't say anything, who dresses differently, and you guys all gossip about him and talk about him like he's weird? I would like to start with a quote by Marilyn Manson. When speaking to Michael Moore in his documentary, Bowling for Columbine, he asked, if you could meet the two boys who shot up Columbine, what would you say? He stated, I wouldn't say anything, I would listen, and that's what no one else did. And it makes a lot of sense to me because these kids were never really paid attention to and no one ever listened to what they had to say. And of course they would blame it on Marilyn Manson because his music is shock rock and it represents what everyone else hates, which is a person who can say and feel what they want. The next point I would like to get to is I would like to explain the whole school system. Like I was just explaining before, sometimes you meet people in class who you don't speak to, who you don't talk to, who no one really pays attention to, and these are the types of people who are more prone to violence. Reason being, when you feel outcast and when you feel alone and you're always being made fun of, you do things that you normally wouldn't do. The next point I would like to get into is daily life, such as seeing a homeless person on the street or not talking to one of your friends when they're in need, they have problems at home. Doing things like that are always good because people need to vent, people need to let out their feelings, because sometimes people don't listen, and it's not okay. And in conclusion, I would like to say treat others how you would like to be treated. You wouldn't want to be the type of kid in class who no one speaks to just because you look different or you act different or you don't speak as much. I think everyone should treat people with respect, and I think that you should be open to new things and you should always be open to new people. Thank you.
I need to go do something like that. Some girl. I was like,
All right, Blake, using the quote's a little bit awkward. The interpretation that you have is okay. I think you probably should have used the Marilyn Manson quote as your attention device. There's not really a preview for the material, so there's no organizational structure that you're following later on. It just kind of goes stream of consciousness as you're speaking. We can hear you pretty well. I thought you did a pretty good job speaking despite the fact that you're not feeling particularly well, and you got a little bit of variety in your voice. Gestures, you have a few of them. They're a little bit limited. I won't say limited, but they're a little exaggerated because when you have the page in your hand and you're waving your hand, it flaps around a little bit. So you probably want to lose that. The eye contact with the audience was pretty solid, but your facial expressions, again, it may be because you're ill, seem a little impassive, so you're not particularly responsive. And I understand you don't feel well. Your exits seem to be a little bit rushed.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I got you.